In the late 1980s, a Pentecostal group came to town, settled in the campus, and started a program. At the time, in the university, we had only Catholics that had St. Peter's Church, and then the Protestants, Anglican, Methodist, and Presbyterians that were sharing the same church, Christ Church. And each group had one Sunday. So it was rotating between the Anglican, the Presbyterians, and the Methodists. But there was no Pentecostal church. So that group came invited by the staff fellowship. That was a little group that was interfaith within Christians. And you could be anyone among the staff, whether lecturers, consultants, cleaners, doesn't matter. And our group was really lovely, and it was very deeply rooted in the Bible. So we invited that church, and that church was teaching deliverance. And through the teaching in that group that became, that ministry that became a church in town, based initially on campus and then outside, we all learned about surrendering totally to the Lord, to God, and learning to fight the evil ones according to the book of Ephesians. We learned a lot, and in fact, most people that attended had their lives completely transformed, changed, completely changed. And one of the things we learned was the value of the Bible. And I just want to give you an example of that. I was deeply involved with that church. I used to belong to the deliverance team, and at the time we had several youngsters in our house of different ages that were attending primary school, secondary school, and university. We were like a gigantic foster group, having our own children also, 5 children of us and the others. And one day, the children in the house called me and said that one of the senior members of the household was blind, that all of a sudden she went blind. And she was having a perfect eyesight. So I went to her room to find out, and she was indeed blind. She couldn't see a thing. But it couldn't be a medical case. So I asked her what had happened. And the girl explained that she was just reading the Bible, and all of a sudden she went blind. So I said, oh, interesting. So I took the Bible and said, now you demon, you're going to hear the Bible. You don't like the Bible, you're going to hear it now. And I started reading the Bible. I could not finish one sentence that, prompted by that evil spirit, the girl grabbed the Bible from me and started tearing it. So I grabbed it back. And then we decided to take her to church. And that was what people used to do. The church was like a hospital. So we brought her to church because the church was in shifts. So there were always people there, day in, day out. So I brought her there and explained, see what's going on here. And I cannot handle that alone because she's violent. So I left her with a group. And the sickness or blindness didn't even last 15 minutes. she recovered fully and never got blind anymore, and continued studying the Bible, loving it, and being a strong Christian as she had been. And so this is a lesson. You may think that you have this sickness or that sickness. It's okay to go to the doctor, but I want to tell you there is more, far more than what you understand, far more than what you see. And sometimes doctors are completely unable to solve the case. And you can just ask God to show you. Give it a try. Deliverance is a precious tool in the hands of God and in the hands of His people. The Bible encourages us. Jesus sent His disciples 2 by 2 and said, heal the sick, raise the dead, deliver people, chase out demons. It was part of the mission that all the disciples received from Him. And it has been part of the church mission ever since. Although many a time we just shy away from it. Don't fear. Just obey God.